You are now about to watch family feature titled Hearts for Service.
Many of us only give when we already have. But what does it take to give when yourself do not have enough? What does it take to get an idea so crazy and to execute it when only the 5 of you believe in it? To decide as 5 friends that you no longer want to see children hawking groundnuts around the streets of Rongai. To go into your own pockets to pay for them fees, to buy them books, to ensure that they have school fees, and to have a vision that these children, come what may, must finish high school. For 30 lucky students of Nakil Primary School and Rongai Primary School, these are not scenarios that they have to imagine. This is a story that they have lived and experienced for the past 4 years.
Hearts for Service has been a very, how could I put it, a God-sent project, you know, and the foundations on which Hearts for Service were laid on are what have brought it up to this point. So in 2015, it was from experimental research, or not even experimental, but experiential. From experiential research, that is just us as a group of friends, together with the founding director, from seeing the trend in Ongata Rongai, where children are living off the streets. They're not street children, but they're children who, during the day, they are on the road begging and peddling and selling peanuts, biscuits. At the end of the day, they go back and retire in their homes. And this really touched us, because since 2014, what we have been doing as a group of friends is collect ourselves during holidays and gather food to make lunch for children in the Ongata Rongai, to be precise, Ngai Murunya slum. So there is Ngai Murunya ward with the Kware slum, Kisumu Ndogo slum, there is Gataka slum. So, and the high levels of poverty there have caused these children to live, have forced these children to live off the streets. So every holiday we could do that, gather food from friends, from family, from the people in the market sellers, and just make food for one day, cook chapatis, rice and stew, and have refreshments together. But as we were moving towards 2015, our friend, the late Francis Kahenda, brought us together. And he just said that we should do more. I think we should do more. We are doing a touch and go kind of a thing, but we are not really impacting, we're not really helping these children. What can we do? And from that lunch, I remember we were now having lunch, this was 2014, December. Around December, just after doing the last Chapati Forum, he called us in his house, and that is where the inception of Hearts for Service began. And the journey started in 2015. And we decided, how can we develop a mentorship and coaching program that will help, or that will touch and impact the lives of these children?
Okay, you know, I was born in Ongata Rongai, and it's sad that in Ongata Rongai, and most of the times when we used to pass there with friends, we could see little children selling peanuts. So one day we decided to ask them why they sell them after school. So we got to speak to one child, and he told us that he's doing that so that he can help his grandmother. So we were shocked. We were like, but you're supposed to be in school. So he was like, yeah, I go to school, but after school I have to do this because we do not have food, my parents are not around, so I'm helping my grandmother because she's old and she cannot do anything. So we decided to do something about it. But we did that for like a week. We just going around talking to the kids around there, and the story was the same. Like they have to do it to support maybe their small brothers or sister or their parents. So we started by just meeting and talking and see how we can help these children.
I support young children who are less privileged, who cannot access education. So we support their families to ensure that these children are in school. We work closely with 2 public schools in Ongata Rongai, that is Nakel Primary School and Ongata Rongai Primary School.
We have some of our members, in fact most of our members, some of them grew up and even went to those the nearest public schools that are facing these high rate that actually are housing or schooling these children that we see on the streets. So we say, how can we penetrate to these schools, go and find out what the problem is. So January comes and we start going into the schools. This is now Nakel Primary School and Ongata Rongai Primary School. So during the day or during school days, children are not in school. There is high level of dropouts. Remember right now from a recent profile by USAID, we have a statistic that out of 100 people or 100 children who join primary, only 6 proceed to high school, or not even to high school, but to tertiary institutions. So where are these 94 students and pupils dropping out from what is happening? So we went into the schools and we found out that it's the high levels of poverty and the dysfunctional families that these children are living in that are causing them to live off the streets, to end up being driven even by predator relatives. There are some relatives who just want to prey on their children or on the children that they've been left to take care of. So this is where, and this is now 2015, this is where the journey started. And we involved every stakeholder from the Ministry of Education to the chief, to the local chief, to the police station, to other stakeholders in the children's network, to other stakeholders involved in children, and we wanted to come up with a curriculum or a structure of how to help.
What we do, one, a lot of children do not or fail to sometimes attend school because of lack of uniform. When a kid has a torn uniform, there is that kind of reflect from their minds that they do not look presentable in the school. So at some point you realize that children do not go to school because they don't have at least uniform that is presentable in the school. They do not have shoes. They do not have lunch. In our government schools, lunch is 10 shillings per day. But we realize that we still do have families that cannot raise that 10 shillings. So what we do in Hearts for Service to ensure that we resource mobilize, to ensure that these children, one, they're able to access food within the school, and also we have ensured that they have school uniforms, at least presentable within the school, and other scholastic materials that they need. So that's how we support the children to be in school.
Once they had established the problem, they had to undertake a cost analysis of the project they were about to undertake.
Apparently, we used to cater for the kids from our pockets because we did not have donors. Unfortunately, we still don't have, because we use our money, the small that we have, we share with the kids. Like we have to pay lunch for them. Maybe if we go like for a home visit and see that the situation is not good, we just come sit down and maybe just give like 100, 200 and buy things for the family.
I remember before even starting, our director God rest his soul, had the vision or the wish that we could even take 1,000 children, you know. But now the capacity, you know, upon getting to the ground, upon realizing what we are going to do and the amount of work that is going to be needed for us to achieve this goal, we had to scale down the number. And then we decided, okay, however much we do not have the resources, however much there are some things that are not in place, but we need to start. And that is where we decided to start the journey in 2016 with 30 children.
So, despite the demanding nature and the financial challenges, what keeps them going 4 years down the line?
By the way, I love these children and I love kids, so I do not feel like I'm losing it when I give them.
Personally, in Hearts for Service, I schooled in Nakel Primary School. And some of the challenges that these children undergo today, at least I faced them. So one of the biggest objectives is also to try as much as we can as Hearts for Service to reduce the chances of a kid dropping out of school because of either school uniform or food. I dropped out of school at some point, so at some point I was in the streets. And yes, it is very hard for someone to understand how a family will not be able to raise 10 shillings only to support their children for lunch. But to realize that even that one meal might be the only meal that children will have. So we ensure that these children have meal in the school, because they might go back home and realize that there is no meal at home. So when you ensure that at least these children have lunch in school, it will also prevent them from going to the streets.
Whatever they need, that is our agenda, to fill that gap. The parent is there, yes, or the guardian is there, yes, but there is this need that this child is lacking that is leading him or her to miss what? School, or that will lead to him or her dropping out from school. So that need is what we feel, from hygiene packs to school fees, to lunch money, to scholastic material, yeah, anything that is needed in the home. Sometimes we go even as far as paying rent and providing a roof over their heads, because the parent has no, or rather doesn't have that capacity at that particular time. So because the child is in Hearts for Service and we need this child to grow up and not drop out of school, we come in and just feel that material need, whatever it is. We've not defined it, and sometimes we find ourselves in very gray areas because we don't know where your mandate, whether you're crossing it or whether you're within your mandate. But our objective is to ensure that this child stays motivated, this child stays encouraged, and he or she is able to have the lifted spirit and have hopes that I will achieve one day.
Children under the Hearts for Service umbrella come from diverse backgrounds and have differing needs. Ensuring that these needs are met is paramount for the members of the group.
We have 30 children, 15 in Nakel Primary School and 15 in Ongata Rongai Primary School. These children, we started with them in class 4. Right now they're in class 7. So we want to see how much we are able to impact in their lives for this period of time. We want to carry with them from that point to at least when they clear their Form 4.
And these are children that are critically vulnerable. That was our target. And you find that they are the same lot that is also stubborn in schools. Yeah? So we went into the schools, asked the teachers to identify for us first the most vulnerable children and those that they feel that really need help or really need intervention, which may lead them to not dropping out of school, or those that feel that they are going to drop out of school without intervention. So the teachers that were with them, this was in 2015, picked them and told us that out of these 15, because we decided on a balanced gender for both schools, Nakel Primary School, and Ongata Rongai Primary School. So we have 15 children there and 15 children on this other side.
We are happy because they are happy with Hearts for Service. Yes, some of the parents really appreciate and they help us a lot, because you can find that there is maybe a parent who will come to us and just say, I thank you because my kid has really changed. Because we have sessions for the kids on Fridays and Wednesdays. We have like a mentorship session for them. So we like teach them how to respect the parents, how to respect elders, how to respect just elder people than them, and we really talk to them, and we're happy because most of them have really changed. Yeah. So the parents are happy because of the change they see in their kids. Yeah.
Apart from the financial, or more aptly, material benefits that the children get, they also have a mentorship program to ensure that the students are not only helped at a physical level, but at emotional and mental level as well.
At the end of it all, we decided that we will start a mentorship and coaching program that will journey with these children from the moment we take them to the point we left them to self-reliance. So that has always been our goal, and that was the main objective from what we were starting with. How do we get these children to self-reliance? So first of all, ensure that they are retained in school. Second of all, ensure that there is that class-to-class transition. And then lastly, see that there is the transition from now one level of education to the next. So on those three objectives, that is what we based our mentorship program on. And then came the how. How are we going to do it? The mission statement, which is providing psychosocial and material support to these children.
Some of them, like we talked to their teachers and they tell us that they've really improved. Some of them they are not even performing, because you can find, unfortunately, you get that maybe there is one or two who have parents that are not responsible, so they cannot even maybe study after school, but we help them even their homeworks at times. Like we have a case of one boy who was living with the dad. Yes, unfortunately the dad was not responsible, so we had to intervene. We took the kid to a drop-in center. That's where he lives until now. Yeah, because he could come home late and maybe drunk, he could shout in the house, and the boy was so stressed. So we had to intervene. We talked to the dad, we talked to the teacher, and we had to transfer him from their home to the center. Now, at least now he's performing. He's even the head boy of the school.
One day, Teacher Lydia came into our class and told us that we have visitors, and she chose two of us and came to kakuja katuonyesha hawa. Walituambia tutakuwa group ya Hearts for Service, na wakatuelezea ina means moyo wa kunyenyekea, na wamekuja kutusaidia.
I joined when I was in class 4.
Hearts for Service, I came to know in 2018 when I was in standard 6. My class teacher, Mrs. Christine, introduced me when I told her my problems.
They provide me with various things like uniforms, bag, and some books.
In PTA, they have paid for us like for 1 year, and books they give us, and we go for trips and camps.
Service imenisaidia yenyewe. Saa hii bado ningekuwa nalala nje, but niko pahali juu vile nilikuwa home masomo, yani unapata umelala nje, yani umelala, unaona. So ukikaa mchuo wenyewe pia masomo huwezi kupata vizuri, but now masomo unapata fiti, nakula poa, shawa, nalala. Yeah.
Wametusaidia juu some of us hatukukwanga tuna respect, tunaobey our parents, wakatusaidia, na wengine wetu hatukukuwa na uniform, sweaters na bags, na wakatubaia.
I want to tell them thank you and God to help them when we go, they help other children.
Naweza penda kumwambia asanti, na hata sisi tukitoka waendelee nao watoto wengine, wachukue wengine waendelee nao.
The impact that Hearts for Service has been felt all across Rongai, and not just with students.
Sasa hii nilikuja nikakuta tu mtoto kuna mahali siku ya Friday anaenda. Sasa nikafuatilia, nikauliza mama, akaniambia. Na hapo ndio tuliweza kutapitana na Mike na tukapatana. Na kwa kweli nikaruhusu yule mtoto kabisa kweli. Na nikafurahia, ni kikundi ambaye nilifurahia sana nacho. Kwa maana niliona kinalea mtoto kwa mawazo, hata kwa masomo, tabia, nikaweza kufurahi sana. Kwa sababu kama hata wasipate usaidizi mkubwa sana, lakini wasaidiwe kielimu na mawazo na kukaa, huyo mtoto atakuwa na manufaa sana, kwa maana atakuwa na maarifa, atapata hekima, busara. Unaona? Nikafurahia sana na nikaashiria mtoto free kwa hicho kikundi. Na nikamwambia mama, wacha mtoto alewe na hicho kikundi, kwa maana ninajua mahali kunacho mwanzo, mwisho tutaona mwisho tu, atamalizia tu mzuri.
Aliingia Heart for Service akiwa class 4. Akutoka hapo akaanza kusaidiwa kimawazo, venye mtu anafaa kufua nguo na kukuwa active, na pia wamesaidiwa na bag na a uniform na a sweater, na pia atulipatiwa a Christmas, atukafurahia.
Hii kikundi ya Heart for Service nilikijua miaka 4 iliyopita. Ilishukua mtoto wangu na walimshukua kwa shule, hata sikuwa najua kama wamemshukua, lakini nilikuja kujua wamemshukua saa ile tuliitwa meeting. Ndio nikaenda nikajua hiyo kikundi na nikaona ni kikundi mzuri, inaweza saidia mtoto. Na nimeona mabadiliko ya mtoto kutoka saa ile aliingia hiyo kikundi mpaka saa hii. Nimeona mabadiliko yake. Sasa akiendelea hivyo atakuwa sawa, na ninaona tu hata vile masomo anaendelea vizuri, atapita akiendelea vile anaendelea saa hii. Sasa naomba Mungu akisoma apite, na yeye Mungu anibariki nipate pesa ya kumpeleka hapo mbele.
Kimetusaidia kwa maana nimeona tu tutasaidiana na njia kama hii. Kimenisaidia kuhusu, amenunua uniform, amelipiwa, kuna wakati amelipiwa shule, kanunua bag, hata tuseme sweater, kuna viatu niliona na nikasikia zinatoka kwa kina Mike kwa hicho kikundi. Nikashukuru. Na siku walitupatia sikukuu hivyo.
Inasaidia juu naona mtoto anakaa vizuri. Saa ingine hakuwa ananisikia, na saa ile aliingia kikundi naona sasa ameelefuka sana, hata vile nilikuwa namkataza saa hii anasikia.
Hii kikundi naweza kukiambia akiendelee, akufe moyo, akishikilia watoto.
Mimi nashukuru, naambia Mungu asante juu ya hii kikundi, juu waliacha watoto wengi wakachagua mtoto wangu. Sasa nawaombea Mungu iendelee, hata wakimaliza Mungu awabariki na wapate pesa mingi ingine ya kusaidia watoto wengine kama hivyo wamesaidia mtoto wangu.
Hearts for Service are here for the long term, and they aim to take in more students. So the question is, what does the future hold for them?
I think just to also mention our founding director, if I just share his sentiments, he's called Francis Kahenda. I will just share what he would have said when he was here, for example, that where we see ourselves is supporting 500 children in high school and primary schools, and moving forward to actually supporting these children to tertiary institutions. So that is where we see ourselves in the next 5 years. And yes, there is a lot of work that we are putting in to ensure that that is achieved.
As an organization, first I just pray and wish that we'll go a long way with them, because first next year they are in class 8, and we pray that they all perform so that we can proceed with them up to maybe even university, because we want them to go up to university, by the way. So we pray that in the next 5 years we'll have them mentor other kids.
We have Vision 2024 right now. And Vision 2024, this is the next 6 years, 5 years from now. So 5 years from now, our children will have finished high school, God willing. Yeah? And our dream is to get them there. Now, from this cohort of 30, we are able to see them through high school comfortably, and we're able to see them finish, complete, and transition to tertiary institutions to the level of their capability. And as an organization, we want to grow. You know, there are some things that we take, seemingly obvious things that we take for granted. We will say that eating chapati is okay, it is normal. You know, having a meal on Christmas Day is normal, but it is not. Some families go hungry on those days. And it is an initiative we have come up with, or we want to see through, that okay, we have these 30 children that we are journeying with, but we can still also reach other families, vulnerable, needy, that are out there that need help. So if we can get 100 people each supporting one family, I'm sure we will achieve this on 21st of December this year. Yeah.
As we celebrate Mashujaa Day tomorrow, we need to remember that there is a hero in all of us. Some save us from fires. Some save us when our lives are hanging in the balance. And some save us by making sure we remain in school.
My message to Kenyans is, if you have an opportunity to help someone, please help them. Maybe God is answering their prayers through you. Yes. And these are kids, we need to help them, and we need to keep more kids in school. Yeah.
We have Shujaas, we have heroes in this country who did so much for us to actually be where we are today. But the biggest thing you can do as a young person in this country is to ensure that you support a kid for the future generation, especially to ensure that a kid is in school. Because without education, I will confirm to you that little you can achieve without education. A lot without education, you'll either engage in crime, you'll not actually have hope for the future. So as a young person, I think the only thing I need to do is to, if I was given opportunity for any other thing to do, I'll still do this for the children of this country.
Giving is a blessing. And if God, or when God gives you an opportunity to touch somebody's life, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have, God has given you a talent. God has given you a gift inside you that is able to impact someone out there. Don't shy away. Don't look at what you don't have. Don't look at the negatives. Focus on the positive. Know that you can do it. Because there is always, giving is, as I said, giving is a blessing. And for you to give, there has to be a giver for the gift to be there. There's a gift of mind the gift of your heart, the gift of the substance, you know. So we all have something to give, and nothing is too little. Whatever it is, go out there, touch someone's life, and you will be their hero.
My mother is my Shujaa, and I hope she lives so long. And I wish you happy Mashujaa Day. Thank you.
Naitwa Charles Odhiambo. Shujaa wangu ni Mike. So, Wakenya Mashujaa Day, furahie.
Happy Mashujaa Day.
Thank you for watching Family TV.